Hello everybody, my name is Atinuke
And my name is Jesse.
and we are both SI scholars, and today we are here to answer the very pressing question about the motivation letter that actually got us qualified for the SI scholarship and actually got us into Sweden. So I hope you stick around and you find out the vital information we're going to be sharing today. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you've been following, have been talking about SI scholarship, studying in Sweden, etc. And I've received a lot of questions, about making a video on the motivation letter that actually got me into Sweden. And this is actually why I have brought my very prestigious guest today. And if you're a new person, if you're seeing my video for the first time, I'm really glad because you've stumbled upon some really good stuff. And I hope that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification so you can get, really good stuff from here. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest. Or you introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad to be here. I know you started this platform for a purpose, and I'm glad to also feature here to share my experience and knowledge in this particular regard. So my name is Jesse. I'm a Ghanaian, or I'm from Ghana. I'm a master's student here. I study international business strategy, and in fact, she is my course mate. We are in the same class. And she happens to be my best friend or one of my favorites in Sweden so far. And yeah, so I'm glad to be here. Maybe I need to re-emphasize that I'm also an SI scholar, and I got selected um, to be among the scholars, 2024 scholars to study in Sweden. So basically, we are here to share our insights, experiences, and motivate you to also go ahead and get it. Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for introducing yourself, and I'm super glad to have you here, join me today and share your really critical and useful perspective of your side of the motivation letter. Okay, so diving right into it, the first thing I'm going to say is to relax. You already found us, and can say and I can attest that you are in good hands, and we're going to really, do a good job. So the motivation letter is just 1,000 characters, not words, it's characters. So you only have 1,000 characters to explain the reason why you've chosen to go to Sweden, you've chosen to do the program you've intended to do, or you want to go to Sweden at all. So you only have this number of characters to capture their attention and say everything that you want to say. And I think my main point, or the first point I'm going to say, is to have a hook. Have a hook to capture their attention, right? And do not lie. Be realistic. Don't say that, oh, after my master's, I'm going to do something very big, something unattainable. Be practical rather. Say something feasible, something attainable. And also, it's Sweden. Use simple words. Don't use ambiguous words. You're even going to see the question yourself. It's in layman's terms, so don't use words that they will have to check their dictionary or something like that. And for me, just like I did, I broke down the question into parts that I will be able to understand, and we're going to be doing that in this video. And also we'll be laying key emphasis on key points. Then I think the second thing I'm going to be saying is that, as I would always say, you're not just doing a master's because I don't know, for the fun of it. You're doing it because you've identified a problem and you believe that by pursuing this master's degree, I'm going to be able to get, knowledge, information, etc. to solve this problem, right? So it means that you've identified a problem, and then I'm motivated to study this course to go to Sweden because I believe that I'll be able to find a solution to this problem. And as I would always say, link everything you're doing to SDGs. It is very, very important. Again, your motivation letter shouldn't be about your lack of resources, in this case money. It's not a time for you to start talking about, oh, I don't have money, I don't have this. If it is about that, then probably everybody is going to be qualified. So what differentiates you from thousands of people that are applying? I think in our set we had about 9,000 people applied from like
Yeah,
different
almost
countries.
9,000.
Exactly. So what differentiates you from those people, right? So yeah. Or what do you think? What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity once again. So I want you to know that if you're watching this video and if you intend to apply for the SI scholarship, I want you to understand that the motivation letter or the letter of motivation or the motivational statement, how you put it, is fine. It's one of the most important aspects of the SI scholarship application process. You need to take um, your time to draft it to the point that you will be selected. Because so after tabling all your documents, your experiences and stuff, what differentiates you, like Atinuke said, what differentiates you from your peers, your colleagues? Because don't forget that at the end of the day, they are going to receive over maybe 8 or 9,000 applications. And what differentiates you? That is when, or the motivation letter gives you the opportunity to sell out yourself. So put much more emphasis and then focus on that side, and write something that will be appealing to whoever will review your documents. Okay, yeah. So what I'll say, the first thing I'll mention here, she did mention it already, 1,000 characters, but the 1,000 characters, you should know that it includes spaces, punctuations or whatever, commas, the full stop. So you don't have enough space or time to write. You just have to be straightforward. So what I mean is that be straightforward, know what you want to do, and then that's all. And then secondly, I'll say you should be able to identify a problem, which is really key. I can tell you and I can assure you, if you approach the motivation letter without identifying a problem you want to solve in your home country after studies in Sweden, your chances of getting it are way, way, way below. And it is really going to be tough for you. So you need to identify a problem in your home country that you want to solve. And as she said, try to tailor your motivation letter towards the SDG goals. Definitely, your problem that will be identified would definitely fall within one of the SDG goals. And even what you study or where you work, your field, your industry will by all means fall within one of the SDG goals. So try to tailor your application in that aspect and make sure you articulate it in a way that will be clear enough for the reader to know that this is what you are talking about. And then after that, I'll also say be very organic. Don't be generic with your motivation letter. Be intentional. Just approach in a way that the reader feels that this is intentional, this is organic. You didn't just go to copy or to listen to somebody to come and put it here for them to read, so that the person knows that you are really passionate about what you are talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So have these things in mind as you approach your motivational letter. I have additional insight to share with you. So let's hear from Atinike. Then I'll come back.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be reading my letter, the question that we had during our time, and then I'm going to be reading what I wrote. Give me a moment to open it. Okay. So this is the question they asked us, and I really do think that it might change, but really it's going to be around the same thing, to be honest, because same as the previous one as well. They changed the words, but really it's really still the same thing. So the question is, how will pursuing a master's in Sweden help you achieve specific professional goals while also contributing to growth and positive change in your context? And then my interpretation of this, the way I broke it down, I'm going to read how I broke it down, not my statement, but like the way I understood it. So my interpretation was, I am stating the problem. I am stating why I have chosen Sweden to study the course and why I think Sweden would help me. Studying the course in Sweden will actually help me prefer solution to the problems. I stated my short and long-term goals and how it will benefit my country. I will take that again. So stating the problem and why I chose Sweden to study the course, short and long-term goals, and how will it benefit my country, and in my case Nigeria, and in this case Ghana. Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to read it now. So 61.0%, 61.07% of startups and 80% of businesses fail and struggle to scale in Nigeria compared to organizations in developed countries. I think that is a hook on its own. That is a problem that I have identified, and it's a fact, literally. Then I continue to say Sweden's high rate of successful organizations and schools providing quality education and research will provide me theoretical insights and expose me to practical understanding of international and strategic management to become a great management consultant. So now I have said in that way, I've basically said the reason why I've chosen Sweden. I've stated how good it is and what I've identified about Sweden and what I will benefit or how or what the course would actually provide for me. In some way as well, I have also sort of like stated my short-term goal. So I'm saying after studies, I want to become a management consultant. So I already know what I want to do, right? And then I went ahead to say, this will help me implement strategic planning, incorporate global business dynamics and sustainability principles to solve the issues of poor management and failed businesses in Nigeria, which causes unemployment and poverty. Mind you, unemployment and poverty are major issues. So those are also issues that I have identified as well. And the reason why I'm actually pursuing this thing. Then I went ahead to basically highlight my long-term goal, sort of. So I said, upon completing my MSc, I will join the Institute of Management Consultants, work with management consulting firms where I can apply the expertise gained in the program to aid local businesses scale by being a trusted advisor to them, creating decent jobs, and in turn, stimulating economic growth. Again, I'm going to take a pause. So decent job and decent work and economic growth falls under SDG 8. So you see how I've been able to find a problem, how I've been able to state how Sweden will actually help me because I'm going to be pursuing how it will help me solve the problem, and I've been able to also link it to the SDGs, right? And then the last thing is I am excited to see a stable Nigeria and an economy competing globally. This was my motivation letter.
That was good. They had no choice than to select you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this was a detailed one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So guys, I think she just read out her statement that got her the SI scholarship. You don't have to copy this statement, but I think she did that on a purpose for it to guide you,
Yeah.
give you a clue on how to approach your motivation letter right now. Yeah, because the question might not be the same. It will be tilted or maybe changed a bit, but this should just guide you to come up with yours. So like she said, you just have to be straightforward and know the problem you want to solve. Yeah, so for me, I think the motivational or the motivation letter or whatever, it's not meant for you to capture your work experiences and what you are coming to do and what, like, don't be too, I mean be straightforward. That's what I'll say. Don't talk too much. And this is just 1,000 characters. So I have 4 things I want to share with you in trying to draft your motivation letter. Bear these things in mind. Number 1, what motivates you to come to Sweden to study? What motivates you in the first place to come to Sweden to pursue a master's program? If you're able to find an answer to this, just put it down as number 1. Then number 2, what motivates you, or what problem have you identified that motivates you enough to find solutions to? Or what are the problems you have identified that motivates you or you are passionate about to solve? Do you get it? That's number 2. So number 1 is what motivates you to study.
To study, yeah.
Number 2, you should be able to identify
problem.
a problem and the motivation behind it, how you want to solve it. And number 3, if you find a problem, how do you intend to solve it? The knowledge you are gaining, you'll be gaining or you'll be acquiring in Sweden, how will you use that? How will you articulate these skills and this knowledge, expertise in solving the problem. Then number 4, what are your long-term goals? Short and long-term goals. You should be able to stipulate these short and long-term goals. But in the first place, don't forget to mention the short-term goals, which means after school, immediately after school, what you're going to be doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't exaggerate. Don't be over ambitious.
Yeah.
Of course, because you should, like she said earlier, you should mention or say things that are feasible and achievable in the next 1 or 2, 3 years after school.
After school, yeah.
You can't say you want to build a multinational company in the next 2 years after school. No, is that how you want to solve the problem in your home country? So you should look at the problem and then know how you want to approach it after school, because this is what they want to see in your statements. Because mind you, you are competing with, best minds all over the world.
Absolutely.
People who are sharp like you, brilliant, more than you or just as you. And what differentiates you is how you approach the motivational letter, how you convince the officer or the reader who assess your documents, how you convince the person. So this is what I think you should consider, these 4 things. If you're able to sit down to look at them, trust me, you're going to make it.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, absolutely agree. So after you've done all of these things, as I would always say as well, I believe in God. So there are other people who probably know, better ways to articulate their words, highlight a problem, have a solution to solving it, etc. But also commit it into God's hands, honestly.
Absolutely.
Commit it into God's hands. And I believe that if it's the will of God for you to actually come to Sweden to get this scholarship, absolutely, I believe that you would get it, right? I believe in God, so I don't have any other thing to say.
That is true. That is true. Let me come in here. We both believe there is God, and we believe that whatever you do, you commit it to God first. Because apart from the fact that there is God, you need to also take your time to work on the document. That is true. We cannot argue about that, because if you trust in God, you believe in God, you pray enough, and you don't do the right thing, you'll still be rejected.
What is God going to bless?
Exactly. So both are very important. Okay. Put in maximum effort in presenting quality application, and then present the rest to God. Because in my own case, I had an issue, but for me, I still can say that it is God who did it.
Yeah, same.
It is God who did it, because I just want to share with you in 2 minutes. Okay, after submitting documents and application for selection for schools, not the scholarship,
for the
but
schools,
for the schools application on universityadmissions.se, right? In February, they start updating your statuses, or whether qualified or unqualified. So in February, I think second week in February, I checked, and all 4 schools, all 4 programs said unqualified. Did I tell you that?
No.
All 4 schools said unqualified. So I was like, this cannot happen. That's what I told me. This cannot happen, because I know the kind of documents I submitted.
So what happened?
And I took my time, and I even submitted the documents in October.
I submitted
because
mine in January.
I prepared way ahead of the application cycle. So I got all my documents, my transcript, CV, certificate. In Ghana, you don't have, the school doesn't have to send your documents. You can upload them straight away.
Your transcript.
So your transcript.
Okay.
So it is easy you can even sit down on the application within 30 minutes and you are done. So I uploaded way back in October. And then in February, unqualified. So the first day, I was like, maybe that is the end of it. Maybe I should just forget. But something kept talking to me that just, the kind of document you submitted. Your CV is good. Your class is good. Your GPA was excellent. not excellent, but let's say it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so they cannot just disqualify for all
For
programs.
all.
So I let the first 3 days go, and then the fourth day I said, no, I need to do something. So one day I was in the office and something spoke to me deep. I said, you are sitting there like nothing concerns you. Why won't you act? So I was like, how will I act? Then something just told me, go to the portal and try to maybe, because I was trying to email or maybe talk to the admissions officers, but I didn't know how to approach it. Then I went to the portal. I was just looking at question and answer section. Then I saw a section like live chat. You can chat live. You can chat live with the officers.
Oh, great.
So I entered that section, and then fortunately for me, there was one officer online. Then I said hi. He responded. I said, wow, today you and I. Then I started. I was typing fast because I was really, really concerned about the situation. I was typing, lodging my complaint and talking a lot. And the officer said, relax. That was the first word that came. It's like the way he or she saw the complaints, like he said, relax. And first question, can I see the application status? Say I should take a screenshot of it. So I took a screenshot. I sent it in. Then he or she saw it. I don't know. Then he said, okay, the reason why it says your application status is unqualified for all programs is the fact that we did not receive your documents.
Oh, I think I remember.
You remember?
Yeah,
I told you.
yeah.
They did not receive my documents. And I asked which documents, say your transcript, your certificates, English proficiency, everything was not received. I said, really, this cannot happen. Then I went back to the portal where I uploaded documents. Then I took a screenshot, October 5th or October 20th or something. Then I sent it to him and said, okay, it means you submitted, but I'm checking right now and I can't even see any. I said, no, this cannot happen. But I submitted it. It's okay. He will send me a form to fill. Then I should make a case like an official complaint. Then they will look into it. Then he sent me the form and then I filled it, submitted, and I make my case. Why? Like to convince them that I submitted. So I submitted this and then I didn't hear from them. And the drama is that between that space of waiting to hear from them, then it was almost to the deadline of the SI application process. Do you get it? Because the whole thing, qualified or unqualified, happens in February. And the SI application process was open in, I think, February 14th to 28th.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear from them until the deadline of SI
But you
was
applied.
up. So the last day, the very day that it was closing, then something told me, you've already prepared the documents for SI application or scholarship. It cannot go waste. I got my stamps, I got my references, my motivation letter was ready, like the application was fully complete. But something also told me, what is the need to even submit it if they said you don't qualify? But another voice also said, push it, just submit. Then I submitted. On the deadline day, I submitted. So after submission, the following day, then university admissions
reached out
to me. They didn't even reach out to me. I went to check, then all of them qualified. So it was like I almost missed
an
the
opportunity,
SI because of that situation.
Yeah.
Because if I had not listened to that small voice that said, just submit because you already have the document in place and like everything, I would have missed it. So for me, I would say it's a miracle because how the document got disappeared from their end and all of a sudden they got it. So after seeing it, then after updating my status as qualified, then the following day they sent an email that okay, it was a mishap, your documents were found. I said, "Oh, don't worry, I've sorted myself."
Yeah.
So guys, so what I would say is that if you happen to face the same challenge in your applications,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to reach out
To
to
reach
them.
out,
Don't
absolutely.
just sit on your issues.
And say it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Don't give up. Like, write to them.
Yeah.
They even have a calling number or something. They have days you can call them.
Yeah. I think it's a really good thing that you can reach out
Yeah,
to them.
you just reach out to them. If you have anything that is bothering you, something could have been wrong.
Yeah, true.
That it's not your fault.
Yeah,
It
true.
could be from their end.
Yeah.
Just reach out to them. And even if they say unqualified, you can even write to them, ask them why unqualified.
Absolutely.
They should clarify it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I think thank you for actually sharing that, because I think I've seen some people actually comment that it was qualified before and then it became unqualified, or it was
in that case, you
so
can reach out
you
to
can,
them
yeah,
for
you can
clarity.
absolutely, you should reach out to them to actually, yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also a way to say, like, don't let anything stop you, or don't let anything demotivate you from applying. Like, you already applied to the school anyways, so whatever is going to happen, apply for SI. This is your sign. This is your sign. God has sent the both of us. So yeah, I think thank you for sharing that actually.
Yeah, welcome.
So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this
Yeah.
of this. Yeah. So I genuinely am really hoping that, like, come March, I'm going to see that a lot of people are qualified and they've gotten into school, and then come April, I think 24th or 25th, they're going to be releasing the people that have been qualified for SI scholarship, and I really genuinely hope to see people in comments saying, oh, they got in, because that's like the whole essence of creating this channel. Honestly, that's the main reason I created this channel. So I really wish you guys the very best, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Yeah, absolutely. My final words, if you permit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I also wish you well. I wish you all the best. It is really competitive, but it is doable.
And it is worth it.
It's worth it. That is it. Maybe she did not tell you.
It
It
is
is
worth
worth it.
it.
The benefit, it will blow your mind. Okay.
Literally.
Yeah, really, really good scholarship. So like put in maximum effort,
Yeah,
like never
absolutely.
before. It is, for me, I see this scholarship more than just a scholarship, because the benefit you get
The life
and
changing
the
experience.
training, the leadership training aspect of it, that you get to meet a lot of people across the globe, network, and it's going to help you facilitate your future in somehow, So I wish you all the best. Before I go, you need to check my channel out.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I know you didn't want to mention
No,
that,
no,
but I
no.
was
Oh my
surely
god.
going to
Oh my
mention
god.
that.
That's a lie. Oh my god. So it's just a travel series. This guy
Yes,
is
yes.
very smart. Literally,
Jesse Travel Series.
my assignments, like, before I even understand, I have to meet him to explain to me. So you don't want to miss out, like, this stuff he shares on his channel. So please subscribe to his channel, and
Yeah,
you're really going to get, like, good stuff from his
yeah.
channel. So
In a couple of days before this is, I mean, they open the portal for you to submit. I'm also trying. I will try to drop some videos, one or two, on. I'll also read out my motivation letter.
Okay, great.
On my
Yeah.
platform, I
Yeah.
will do
So you
that.
see, yeah.
Yeah, and then I will also create a video on how to fill the leadership experience form.
Oh yeah.
And the reference, how to approach it. It's very technical, so you need guidance.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll try my best to put out something there before next week. So guys, thank you. And one more time, I'm so glad that you hosted me.
I'm so glad
And
that you joined.
I hope you join my platform too very soon.
I will.
Yeah.
Invite me.
I
Okay.
will. Yeah.
Okay, so I wish you guys the very best. Really, again, that's the essence of creating this entire channel, to help you guys, right? To share my experience, like, so see you in the next video, and let me know what you would like me to work on, or like a video you would like me to create, so I put that into consideration. So now it's time to go over and learn my Swedish class.
Not just you, we are going
Both
for
of us.
Swedish lessons.
Yeah.
So maybe the next time you see us on this platform, we welcome you in
It's
Swedish.
serious.